Boys, how are we?
Good, mate.
Happening.
Yourself?
No, I'm good, mate. Episode 1, new little channel we've started up.
Episode 1, but take 3.
Episode 1. No, this is the first time we've took it. First take. We've not been
Take
sat
one.
here.
We
Take
are
one.
pros.
We've definitely not been filming for 25 minutes and then realised that
Let's start.
realised it was effing. Yeah, that would be worse. But yeah, basically, boys, I have to say we're here. The purpose for it essentially is obviously every day we generally talk about football and chit chat in the group, and obviously we thought that some people might want to see this, and we thought we'd extend it out to you lot on YouTube. Obviously we've known each other for a few years. Got a Fulham fan over here, season ticket holder. Got a Liverpool fan down here. Introduce yourself, boys.
I'm Josh, Fulham fan, in case you didn't guess. Supported them since I was about 10 years old or something, since going to football, which was not always been fun. Not the best team in the world the majority of the time, but we got a cheeky win over Everton on Sunday, so I'm buzzing with that.
And that's the first time.
Savages ahoy as well.
and that'll be the first of many times he brings it up. Boy, Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm Aaron, and I'm a Liverpool fan, which was glorious up until about 5 weeks ago. And now it's back to 2010 all over again. But we'll get there.
Lazar Markovic.
Yeah.
Back to the days of Robbie
Paulson and Voronin on a free.
God, Voronin. Jeez, what a time to be alive.
Danish warrior, mate.
So basically, guys, like I say, I've just said guys, and I will never
Hang
say
about.
that again.
Who's the main man in the top corner?
So yeah, as you can see, I'm an Evertonian. I didn't have a choice about it. Dad took me up to a game when I was around 7 or 8, and ever since then, I've had 20 odd years of absolute misery, heartache, and these pair here hear me bleed and roar about it weekly. About how actually this season's not so bad. A bit of optimism, but generally speaking, being an Everton fan is not the best. So yeah.
Cheery.
So I thought we'd like to say, yeah, absolutely. It's our year. Yeah. So yeah, I thought we'd just start a channel up, see what you always want to see, what we wanted to go over. Like I say, if you like what you've seen so far, whack us a like and a subscribe. And I've always wanted to say that as well. And I'm going. This is really weird because, like I say, I'm going to act like I've not already done this for 25 minutes before we realise we had to retake. So I'm probably not making that much sense.
I feel like the less you mention that, the better. Like, it's fine. No one needs to know.
But now they do.
We're transparent, to say the least.
So, I mean, you've already mentioned it once there. Talk about Fulham doing us over at the weekend. Should we just get it out of the way now? So mention it as many times as you want within the first 5 minutes, and then we'll leave it, or?
No, I think I'm going to eke it out throughout. Like, we're going to get onto a combined 11. Like, every time you name an Everton player that played on Sunday, I'll just come back with the Fulham player that played in the same position, and you can't argue.
And dominated.
Dominated.
So yeah, essentially the reason for the channel then, people, is weekly we'll just bring out some bits and bobs. Whatever we've kind of been talking about, whatever goes on generally, like I say in our group chat, we'll be putting out on here. Head over to the Instagram as well if you want to recommend anything you want us to talk about. Along the bottom there is what you can see.
I don't know why I'm pointing at Boyd.
Yeah, literally just put it down. Let us know what you want to see, what you want to see more of. We've got a few bits lined up, but anything else that you feel you want to discuss, we will. So should we just get straight into it then?
Yeah.
Yes,
Just as a good way to kind of introduce ourselves a bit more, get to know a bit more about where we're at, what our knowledge is like. We just thought we'd whip round and do like a combined 11 with the players from our 3 teams. Channel's not just going to be about our teams, but just a fun way to break the ice, isn't it?
Defo. So, like I said there, obviously we've got Fulham, we've got Liverpool, and we've got Everton. And our job this evening is to essentially pick a starting 11 and the manager combined from them teams, which on
we're doing
paper,
just this season or of all time.
Just this season, yeah.
I reckon
just
this
season.
Just this season.
Yeah.
It's
if not, we'll be here all night.
If not, it's just Liverpool. Just Liverpool FC, isn't it? If not, so.
I'm not sure, mate. Clearly no one watched Bobby Zamora in the Europa League in 2010.
I mean, come on. come off it. But
Mate, I'll allow you with Bobby.
Bobby Zamora's not going into this team. Not after what he said the other night on Sky Sports about us having no rivals.
What did he say?
He played for Fulham and moved to QPR, probably our biggest rival other than Brentford. And he sounds Sky Sports saying, "Oh, Fulham are a nice little club. They don't dislike anyone. They've got no rivals." And we were all like, "Excuse you?"
Cucumber sandwiches went up in the air.
Oh, mate, the Victoria sponge was on the wall. Like.
I mean, I can think of 3, and that's without even like having a generalised geography of London.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they're a nice club, aren't they? Fulham, they always have been. Like they're a nice little ground, without being patronising. Nice ground, nice.
They weren't nice to you on Sunday, were they, son?
There we go. What's that number 3? Was that 3 boy? Is that 3 times?
That's 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll give it him. They've never won at Goodison, which I didn't know until
a
few minutes ago.
Not just some draws either. Like they was out. Like man, come on.
And then a little W.
A little W at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened at the weekend. Like I said, the extra time done as midweek, but we'll throw it on the court. Hopefully, we'll do bits in that. But yeah, we'll allow it. Like I say, we'll allow it. We'll never win at Goodison. It does. We look leg it.
Occasionally, you lose to small teams sometimes. It's one of them.
I noticed that you've swerved the Leicester game completely there, haven't you, boy?
And I'll keep swerving. So,
is Alisson going in your 11 after them antics?
Yeah. I love him.
Well,
I just want to say, being 3 lads from Leicester, and I don't want to hate on Leicester too much. I really don't. But being 3 lads from Leicester and having to live through the title parade was not the one, was it, boys?
Oh, man.
It's pretty much the worst thing that's ever happened, I think.
We'll get called bitter. We'll get called jealous. But it wasn't that. Like, it wasn't. I was happy for them. But it was all the fakeness, man. All the phony fun. Like you said, Victoria Park. Oh,
Victoria Park's never seen so many residents ever.
Literally. I didn't see him selling out against Hartlepool United in League One. That's all I'm saying. But let's get off the topic because I'll start ranting, man. Like it grinds my gears.
Lillian Nallis in centre mid.
Jeez, blast in the past.
Oh, Stevie Howard. But yeah, moving on. I mean, I could talk about Leicester all day, unfortunately, but I don't really want to. So we'll get on with it. We'll start off with the combined 11 with a manager. So. This is tricky for me because I love Scott Parker and I love Parker Ball, but I just feel like he's up against an Ancelotti, a guy that's done it all and done it all again. Can I just ask you, is Parker Ball the same as Beelzebub?
No, mate. Parker Ball is far more. It's on another level,
far more.
Beelzebub.
If you need a draw, you play Parker Ball, right?
Well, I can't argue.
If you need a draw, so what is that? Basically, the last 18 games.
I mean, if you draw every season, you stay up on 38 points.
Yeah, I mean,
not always. Not always.
Are you going to get a draw?
Points is the magic mark.
Are you going to get a draw all the way at the Etihad? I mean, probably Fulham would. That's the annoying thing about it.
I think my maths is really bad there. I'm just like I've zoned out. Like, hang on, 38 like divided by 2. Like, is that right?
Well, they say 40 points, don't they? Say it keeps you safe. But in the last few years, it's been less than that.
Yeah.
We didn't draw every game anyway, so we'll stay up the hard way against Newcastle on the last day.
You got 3 on Sunday, so that's the 4th.
You're mentioning it now, mate.
I mean, this is what you've done to me, look.
Do you want a Fulham shirt? Chuck it on.
Not particularly, mate. But yeah. So as I've really interrupted, mate, go back to what you were saying about Scotty P.
Yeah, I'll just say it's a tricky place to start for a Fulham fan in a combined 11 because you've got Ancelotti, who's you can't deny what he's been doing, and then Klopp, who arguably put together the best team in the world 2 years ago for a couple of seasons. Not the best team ever, I just want to say. It does seem that look. The best team in the world at the time, and Klopp basically built it. So,
best team in the world. Best team in the world.
It's up there.
But yeah, I mean, personally, for me, manager-wise, I'd say Ancelotti just edges it. But what about you two?
Oh, I mean, how can you not argue for Jurgen Klopp? He's the man, the normal one.
Is that a Dortmund shirt as well? You've been a Klopp fan since
Dortmund
he's been at Liverpool.
Yeah. I mean, Klopp, he's not just built one world-class team, talking about Dortmund, he built 2. He's the man.
And then jumped ship when it all went a bit peaked on.
You're not getting any Dortmund players in the team.
Yeah, but you know, he won't do it this time.
You know what? With Klopp, I really liked him when he first, I hated myself for it because I couldn't find a reason to hate him, right? But then, because it was all going so well for him and swimming there, he was buzzing. It was after pre-match, he was having a bit of banter. He had his teeth done. He looked absolutely gorgeous, didn't it? But then when it all went tits up for him, you started seeing the mask slip a little bit. And last week,
He's got salty the last few weeks.
Oh, mate! And when
I noticed that
when he had that, what was it? He had some report, like some journo, not a well-known one from like a big network, but a journo asked him a daft question about focusing on winning the league, and then he turned around to him and said, "You've only got 2 questions, and you've wasted one of them by asking a question."
It went
like
viral
that.
on Twitter, didn't it?
It's like,
but you got to remember, his mum just died. His mum's just died this week, so you don't know whether that was affecting him or you never know.
It's horrible.
But he's a winner. He's a winner. If you're a natural born winner.
Hang on,
it's Carlo though. Come on.
Is he a winner? Is he a winner? I mean, didn't he have like a streak of finals where he lost?
Yeah, but he's won it in the end, didn't he?
I mean, he had 25, but he won one. He's a winner.
There we go. Logic.
Yeah. So, are you going with Klopp then, boy?
I mean, I'll move. I'll allow some room for movement. I mean,
if you pick Klopp, he's going to pick Ancelotti, and I've already said Ancelotti. So if it's up to you, maybe take the moral high ground.
Yeah, I will. That's it. I'm stomping my feet.
It was all your idea.
Yeah, no, I'll stay with Jurgen Norbert Klopp.
Wow.
Full named him as well.
But who are you going with, Sean?
I mean, come on.
Scott
Parker. You can't look past Scott. I mean, Don Carlo's won the lot, innit? Everywhere he's been. I mean, he's inherited, in all intents and purposes, he's inherited a turd at Everton. He has, like,
an expensive third.
That's going to get all the Evertonians on board, mate.
No, you know what? A lot will agree. We over the last 5-6 years spent something like 600 million on absolute
just bang average. It's the trouble, though.
Remember that season where you bought loads of number 10s?
Yeah, Rooney, Claesson, and Sigurdsson. And how out of them 3 is Sigurdsson still involved?
I think the trouble is when you haven't got Champions League or Europa League football to offer, there's only one way you're signing players, and you've got to give bang average, slightly better than bang average players, good money, and that's what you have to do.
I mean, he signed Yannick Bolasie for something stupid. Like,
I feel sorry for that lad.
He's gone out on loan. He's at Middlesbrough now, but yeah, he worked really hard in the summer. We're going off on a tangent here, but he worked really hard in the summer. Didn't get his squad number, and then we've got rid of him. But yeah, in answer to your original question, Don Carlo for me. He walks in at that job. He's won everything, wherever he's been. And if he doesn't win anything with us, then nobody ever will. Nobody ever will. So yeah.
The question is, do you think he can win anything with playing away TVFC in the combined starting 11?
I think he's got the manager starting in.
It looks like. Are we going with Carlo?
I think so.
I think I've been overruled, didn't I? So
overruled. I wish I had one of them hammers. I do like the judge thing.
Jurgen, if you're watching, I am sorry. I tried.
I'm sure he definitely is.
He's
got his new football channel on YouTube.
He's 100% liked and subscribed already.
I heard he's giving me 2 questions.
Has he actually? Yeah,
make sure he doesn't waste one.
Yeah, I won't waste one. Yeah.
Right. So hang about, because so if we got a manager, do we obviously normally when you do things you would go 4-4-2, but I don't think that's really going to suit any of our. Like none of our teams play in a 4. I know we played a bit on Sunday, but it's the first we've really touched on a 4-4-2. So should we switch the formation out?
4-3-3 standard.
4-3-3 all day long.
I'm happy with that. Yeah. Let's go with that. So left back, who are we saying?
You go first.
No, wait. No, not like goalkeeper. I totally
goalkeeper. Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be Jordan Pickford.
And it's certainly not going to be Alisson.
I mean, as much.
I mean, it would. To be fair. He's not become a bad keeper overnight, has he, Alisson? Like
if we're talking current form, he can't be in it. I mean, he's world class, isn't he? But things happen.
You don't, like you say, form's temporary, class is permanent, and he is world class, ain't it? He is genuinely world class. But like I was saying on the previous recording, you don't become crap overnight, do you? You generally
I
don't.
feel
And-
like we need to stop referring to the previous recording.
no, because
stop reminding
you've got to,
people
you've
of
got
our
to,
accomplishments.
you've got to own up. You've got to ownership.
You've got to
of the,
laugh in the face of adversity, but not
exactly.
remind them every 20
Exactly.
seconds as well.
It is what it is. Yeah, and I feel that the fact that Van Dijk's been missing, and it is me mentioning it, I sound like a cop-out on Twitter, constantly banging on about Van Dijk and making memes about him being dead. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I feel like that him not being in front of him has had a massive effect on him. I'm not questioning his ability. I think he's world class.
I think
even
Areola's got a shout here, to be fair. I know we're down in 18th, but Areola's been solid. Without him, our season would be a lot worse. And to be fair, he's not really conceding that many.
I mean,
he's
you're
class.
really, really lucky that he thought he was going to Chelsea, so he bought a house in London.
Yeah, he'd already bought the house in West London. And yeah, I mean,
that's
their
an
loss is
absolute
our
miracle.
Yeah.
I
To be fair,
I
he's
remember
top
you
baller.
being Mardy when you signed another goalkeeper. Oh, we don't need one.
We love Marek Rodak. If he's watching, we love you, Marek. But Areola, man, he's on another level, especially this season. Like, he looks bang at it. How he sat on the bench at Madrid and PSG, I'm not sure, because at the minute he looks unreal.
Especially PSG. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
at the time, their keeper choices was Kevin Trapp, I think, innit?
Yeah.
I mean, who is he? Who is he?
I mean, if you boys are happy, like I'll definitely get Areola in there early doors. Like I've got to take my opportunities where I can.
I don't think there's an argument. I don't think we've got an argument for
We
it.
can't
So
go for Jordan Error Pickford, can we?
we can't even.
You know my feelings on Pickford, man.
I'd love to throw in old Robin in there, Robin Olsen, but I think he's not much better than Pickford. He had a good,
Not seen much of him either, have we? To be fair,
he had a good game against Leeds. He pulled off a couple of worldies, and and he is capable of pulling off a save, which is saves that Pickford wouldn't because he's got tiny little arms. But I think
them
Areola
dinosaur memes, man.
Oh yeah, no, he is though. That's the thing. It's so annoying. I love.
At least
Pickford.
Southgate loves him. At least Southgate.
And he would. I mean, he took that World Cup. He lives off that World Cup, don't he? And,
yeah.
And he always pulls a worldy performance out when Gareth Southgate's in at Goodison or watching him, which is annoying. But yeah,
I'm getting pure paranoid that you're going to snatch this from Areola. So can we lock him in? Because
we'll lock
Areola's locked in.
We'll
We're
lock
good
him.
with that, yeah. Let me just quickly switch this up. Oh, okay.
So while we're doing that, we've got Areola in the nets. Left back boy, who are you going with? I know you're going to say, but let's hear
There's only one man. There's only one man for the job. No, I'm joking. Andrew Robertson.
Anthony Robinson. Don't sleep on Anthony Robinson, man.
Robinson. Okay,
I got so excited then.
The flying Scotsman, mate. He gets up and down that pitch like an absolute warrior. He's pure shithouse. And I'm about that. I love that.
I'm very about that as well. I do love watching Robertson play.
I love that.
He's horrible, isn't he?
What was that incident where did someone foul one of the attacking players and he said, "Oh, I'll have him," and then literally the second half kicked off and Robertson just come flying across and nailed him.
I think it was one of it was either Suarez or Messi. I think it was Suarez.
Messi, maybe, I'm not sure, but yeah, there was definitely
I think Milner took Messi out as well. That was good times.
And then Trent took the corner quickly.
Yes, he did.
I mean, what is it with clubs when they come to Anfield on a European night? They just Liverpool turn into like prime time AC Milan in the 80s.
Apart from Atletico Madrid last year, that was awful.
Yeah, true. I mean, I loved it. I'm sure you did.
Simeone did an absolute number on us.
Oh, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. He's another one that's just got absolute shithouse behaviours in him, and I absolutely rate him for it. I love him for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's the only defensive manager. If he rocked up at your club, you wouldn't even be bothered, would you? You'd be like, it's all right.
I'd be intrigued to see him in the Prem. I think it'll happen one day.
Yeah,
one day. He took Diego Forlan and he just turned him around, didn't he? And he just turned him into an absolute. You'd agree with this, so you love Forlan, don't you? But I
was a fan of him until he ruined our Europa League run in the last minute of extra time with a back heel, but we'll allow that.
God.
Had his poster on my wall as a kid as well. Like that was an emotional time.
That was a bit of a mindfuck, wasn't it?
Yeah. Rip that straight off.
I hate you, Diego.
Why are you doing this?
I hate you. So boy,
left back then. Is this going unchallenged?
I mean, I've got to throw Anthony Robinson in there. He's had a very bright start at Fulham, and considering like he obviously was playing Championship football last season, almost League One. If he'd have stayed at Wigan, he's adapted to the Premier League very well. And if that AC Milan move had gone through last January, I think he'd have done well in Serie A. But he's not on Robertson's level for me.
Not yet. He might too. He might
Mm.
raise his game another level. You never know.
So I've got a duty here, a duty of care for all Blues watching this to obviously fight my point and argue Luca Dean being the best left back in the league. And attacking wise, as a modern left back, he is the best left back in the league.
Very good.
However, if I'm picking between the two, who I'd want in my team, there's only one winner. I'm only gonna go with Robbo, to be fair, because he's just an absolute horrible lad, and I'd want him as my left back. If somehow we could merge the two players, defensively, and the shithouse with Snyder from Robertson,
This is getting scientific.
and the attacking flair and absolute golden delivery and boyish good looks from Luca Dean, I'd do that. But if I'm going to pick one,
He's not going to shag you, pal.
yeah, well, unfortunately not. But I'm going to go
If
with.
there is any mad scientists watching as well, like, and they fancy
Not
doing a
trying.
merge, like, I'm all about that. Like,
I'm
to be
not
fair,
being funny. That
Robertson's
is a
not-
dream fullback, innit? That's a dream fullback.
Robertson's not a bad crosser of the ball, though, is he? He's up
But
there.
if you're having one or the other, everyone's going to pick Luca Dean.
At crossing,
Yeah, attacking.
yeah.
He's brilliant.
In general, I've got to agree with Boyd and go Robertson.
I'm gonna.
I know a way how we can settle these little debates in future. Football Manager stats.
Don't
Actually,
start football.
I'm
Manager.
not going that route, mate. That's your bag, not mine.
Yeah,
Right,
I
we
mean, I'm
agree on
pretty
what-
sure.
yeah.
Hang on, before we move on, I'm pretty sure you got pretty heavy deep into the rabbit hole of Football Manager not so long ago, mate. Am I right?
Dude, I got
Mate,
furloughed for like 4 months.
took-
Okay, so we're going.
I mean, just on that note, took
Oh, here we
Deportivo all the way to the Champions League. So
the Spanish FA give you a call and they said you wanted to give you the job. I mean, that kind of stuff don't go unnoticed, does it?
completed it, mate. Completed it. Right, I'm banging Robertson in here at left back.
Yeah, where we go now? Right back.
We can go across the centre backs if you want. So it looks like will that
Let's
read
go.
better?
Centre
Or
back, let's go.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it'd probably read better, mate. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna go first for centre back, and this is a shout which a lot of Evertonians won't agree with, but I've been saying it since the day he signed, and they seem on Twitter Everton seem to hate this guy, and I don't know why. He's arguably been our best player this season, Yerry Mina, mate. Big Yerald, King Yerald. I love this man more than I can put into words.
I
And
just
he
can't look past the World Cup goal. That's all I think of when I see him.
He's just an absolute dominant animal of a man, and he's just this season alone. He's kicked on. He's become more assured on the ball. He's making the right decisions, and he's an absolute weapon in the air as well. I think he's on like 3 or
He's
4
about
goals.
17 foot.
Yeah, he is a big lad, and I just love him. I just love King Yerald, and I'm not going to be moved on him as a centre back pair with whoever else you two pick.
I
He
mean,
has
being-
looked good this season. I'll give you that.
I mean, being a Liverpool fan and having no central defenders fit, I sort of can't argue with current form.
No,
So,
but you can still pick the obvious choice here. Like I don't think anyone. It's the combined 11.
What, Joel Matip?
Exactly.
Ben
man,
Davis,
exactly.
Ben Davis. What a weird signing that was. What a
Yeah.
weird signing.
They tried that. Going back to Football Manager, that is the kind of signing you make on Football Manager at like 3 a.m, full of Red Bull, trying to be really clever. Like, oh, let's bring him in for less than $1 million, and then he
good.
sits in your reserves and then goes on loan to Portsmouth the next month.
It's good
Panic
for the
buy, mate.
it's good for the
Panic
UK
buy.
quota as well. Let's get him in.
What's with that with all the keepers as well, man? Like Lee Grant going Man United and like Scott Carson's at City, I think. Like,
I literally, obviously,
he's
you
never
boys,
played a game, you know, and Pep Guardiola has like had murders with Derby to get a permanent transfer for him. It's like, what do you want him for? What does he
Weird.
do?
you boys know firsthand. We got heavily involved in the Panini sticker book, didn't we? And
Some of us more than others, but yeah.
we won't go into that.
that way.
The missus is probably going to be watching this.
They're £10 a pack, mate. 10p a pack. £10.
They're 20p a pack, mate. Let's just leave it at that. And I unravelled a pack. I'm thinking, yes, what shinies have I got? Scott Carson. I'm like, I've completely
He
forgot.
wasn't a shiny, was he?
He definitely wasn't a shiner, but I'm thinking, how is he still employed as a footballer, let alone at Manchester City? But anyway, yeah.
Because he's British and it fits into the is it EU ruling? I'm not sure. There's some kind
Especially
of
now
law in
with
there.
with Brexit as well. It's easy to sign the European players. Yeah, no.
But I think it's to do with you have
Okay.
to register so many homegrown players, don't you, or something like that.
Yeah, they're quite.
So
But
I
yeah,
mean,
well,
I'm throwing. I don't. Obviously, this is this left side of centre back we're talking here.
I
Or
mean,
we're just
left
going to
or
do
right?
two centre
2
backs.
centre backs, yeah.
So I'm going to hedge my bets here because you sound very set on Mina. So I'm going to put forward Tosin Adarabioyo for
Who?
Fulham.
Cenk Tosin.
Well, that's the end of that then.
Cenk Tosin's gone to Besiktas, mate.
Mate, Tosin Adarabioyo, I'm telling you, the guy's about 400 foot, just like Mina, so you can match him there. I mean, he's come from City. I think we got him 1.9 million, absolute steal. He's been solid. It's exactly what we needed, and he's come in. And I'm putting him forward.
You've set your case there, mate. You put your case out there, and I appreciate it. But I can't say
The
for
Van
me.
Dijk's going in there, mate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for me, Van Dijk, surely.
Big
He's the best
legend.
centre back in the world.
On the left-hand side.
Well, we're just doing
On
two
right-hand
centre backs,
side.
aren't we?
Okay.
Just 2 centre backs, mate. Yeah.
Okay. So out of the three,
You
that
put
we've
Gerald
picked-
wherever you want him.
See, I've been clever.
You don't want to know where I want Gerald, mate. You don't want to know.
It did kind of sound like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, very much so.
Well, he won't have time to play for our combined 11 then, will he, if you're
He
always
won't,
on
mate.
dates with him?
He literally won't. Wonder where we'll probably go. Cadbury's World or something. Walk
There
around
we go.
there
So we can put Van Dijk in and then runner-up prize for Yeri, date with Sean.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
It's the content. It's the content I've liked and subscribed for. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying this so far, just quick little a little what do you call it? What do you call it? A little promotion. Follow. Yeah, go down there. Follow us on Instagram at Playing Away TV. Just so you know, we've got 600 odd followers now, which is pretty balmy.
Is that
Also-
flex in episode 1?
100%. Give us a like, subscribe if this is the kind of stuff you're into. We've been much appreciated. But going back to it, King Gerald, Virgil van Dijk, is there anything better there?
I mean,
No,
it's
you
a
can't put him the other
big-
side. You put him forward for that one and lost, pal. You got to go
What?
with your other centre back. That Michael Keane on the ball.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. For the right-hand side, I'm going
I'll
to
just let me cut you off there. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Joachim Anderson's going in because the
Who-
guy has
who
transformed
is that?
Fulham.
Who
He's
is
going
that?
in, mate. If you don't know who he is, then that's reflecting poorly on you because the guy's come in the start of the season. We were in shambles. It was well known we needed a centre back. He's come in on loan, and the guy's an absolute monster. He's got the captain's armband. He's only on loan. But that says all you need to know. And look how solid we are. Man City, the only team that have conceded less goals than us in the last 12 games.
What position does he play?
Centre back.
He's a centre back.
I mean,
Who's he on loan from?
I love how passionate
From
you are
Lyon.
about it, mate.
Okay.
This is the one. This is the one that I've been thinking of all day. Like honestly, and if you're being serious and you don't know who he is, you need to go and watch some Fulham highlights. Like the guy's
No.
a beast.
Mate, you know I'll watch Fulham. Whenever they're on, I'll watch them. You know that.
I mean, he kept Richarlison pretty quiet the other day.
But everyone keeps Richarlison quiet, mate, because Richarlison has got the arse on. He's just marder. He wants
He's
out.
been missing it since the
He
derby.
wants out, mate. He wants out. He's annoyed that he ain't. This is a topic for later down the starting 11 and the reason why he won't be getting in it. But we'll
Spoiler.
leave it at that for now. Spoiler alert.
Right, so let's
Um,
get back to centre back. So I'm putting Anderson forward. I mean, come on, who have you two got then? Let's hear it.
Van Dijk and Mina, that's who we're going for.
Yeah, I mean, I
No,
can't look past them.
nah.
No, mate.
What?
I'm not
I
having
can't.
that.
You're 18th in the
You've
league,
got
mate.
there's two
Yeah.
centre back positions, right?
Yeah,
There's
Mina
two
and Van
centre
Dijk.
back. No. You got to put forward a centre back from each club. You said Mina,
I'll tell you
and he
what,
lost
okay
out
then.
to Van Dijk.
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what then. I'll match you with that. I'll match you. I'll bring someone up for you. Ben Godfrey, mate.
I'll allow
Talk-
that. I like
talk
Ben
to me.
Godfrey.
I'm not having
Talk
it,
to
man.
me.
I'll talk.
Ben
Okay, I'll
Godfrey.
talk to you. I'll talk to you. Joachim Anderson.
Ben Godfrey signed from a relegated team. Everyone was like, "Oh, it was fairly low key signing as well. Like it was nothing much made of it. He didn't even get like a little promotional video, like a signing video. It was like an animated one that knock up last minute. But mate, trust me, that guy. I've messaged you last week.
I know, mate. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I'm saying
And
for the purposes of this, the impact Anderson has had on the Fulham squad, it's more than all these players have done Van Dijk.
What impact? What impact?
What
mate?
impact?
You're third
He
bottom.
transformed the team.
You're third
At the
bottom.
start of the
To what?
season, Paddy Power paid out on us to go down after 2 games. He come in, and now we've got one of the best defences in the league.
I'm not.
I don't. What are we not seeing here?
You've had Areola, which is a given. That's sound. And there's
Anderson is just as important. You're on about Alisson and Van Dijk. Anderson and Areola, same kind of situation.
so you're telling me that Anderson's getting in ahead of.
He gets in ahead of Godfrey easily.
Oh boy! Really?
Mate, you just asked who he was. You don't even know who he is.
I know who he is full well, mate. I know who he
So
is.
you know he's a better player than Godfrey.
He's
surely.
not a better. He's not a better
You don't
footballer than Ben Godfrey. Absolutely not.
Looked at the other night.
Right, as you two are both at Loggerheads, I get the casting vote then, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Well, you got to put someone forward first. Surely it's not Joel Matip.
No. Could be Joe Gomez, but I can't put forward 2 injured Liverpool players in a current
can't.
form.
That's your season
Sorry.
in a nutshell.
So I've been gifted Van Dijk because it'd be a travesty to have him out of it. So I'm only going to stick Van Dijk forward for my selection. So I'll cast a decided vote on your players.
I kind of want you to pick someone just because it'll be funny to see you try and make a case for Joel Matip.
Okay, I will make a case for Joel Matip.
What does he do well?
Gets injured. He sits on the treatment table. I tell you what, if that lad wasn't made of glass, world-class defender.
I love that
Unfortunately,
I think he's good. He looks like a good player when
unfortunately, he can't be relied on. I can't remember him not having an injury
So
since he signed.
who's your player, boy? Who's your player? I'm gagging to hear this.
I'm going for Nat Phillips, mate.
Oh,
For real.
that is
For
rude.
real.
Oh my god!
Some seconds and get a date with Sean. That's the question.
And the pure reason why is he's coming. He was meant to be sold to the Championship in the summer. He hasn't. He's come in. He's had a couple of performances where you thought, do you know what? This lad, if he could pass better and was more comfortable on the ball, would be a very good Premier League defender. Unfortunately, he's just a big, horrible lad that loves an header.
Was he in the team biggers in the cup?
Yeah. In the FA Cup last year.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, the only game I can remember seeing of him was the Man United game. And obviously, he had a bit of a shocker, but you could see he's a good player. He'd just been chucked in at the deep end, hadn't he, with all the injuries.
Against Arsenal, he was literally man of the match. It was... But yeah, obviously with Liverpool's injuries at the back this year, it's a bit hard to put a case forward. But if I was going to pick anyone, on pure the way he stepped up alone, I'd go for Nat Phillips.
Fair. I'm going
to say, I know, I'm going to take one here and say.
You want to put Godfrey in, then put it like.
No,
I'm
going to take one here and say that if he's been, Fulham are tight. They are very tight. I mean, they got a clean sheet against us, and
I get what you're saying about the league position, but like I was saying, that's an actual stat as well. Like Man City, the only team with a better defensive record.
Have him then. You know what? We'll put him in. We'll have him.
I'm happy with that because I ain't even going to give you a chance to elaborate on
How have you squeezed 2 players in here already?
The same way we squeezed a 1-1 draw from you. I mean, you're giving them out to everyone at the minute. But...
Apart from those on Saturday.
Right back.
Wow. Who wants to start this then? Because there's only really one winner here, isn't there? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, let's just move it on. Let's just put him in there, move it on. Jobs are good in. Because
Nathaniel Klein.
Yeah.
I'd love to make a case for Seamus, but he's not the player he was 5 years ago because he's 5 years older.
Shame, isn't it? Great to see that to players. Like, he's such a great player. Like you said a few years ago.
I've been saying that for forever. There's me as a player. Such a good player 5 years ago.
I thought he just put himself forward for right back then. I thought he was like, I can do a job there.
We don't need to talk about your Cruyff turns on the edge of your own box there, boy.
Oh boy.
Known as the Boyf turn. But yeah, let's put Trent.
If Nat Phillips is watching, actually, just come to me. I'll teach you.
We're not doing centre backs anymore, mate. Who's your right back?
Right back. Let's just put Trent in. Yeah, it's just we'll leave it at that argument. Done. Move on.
A crossing wizard, mate.
I don't think he's a right back though, boys. I'm not going to lie. I don't think
No, he's a
right
centre mid,
back.
isn't he, all day long?
But I read somewhere that he was a midfielder.
Yeah,
holding
he come
midfielder.
from the academy as a centre mid, and then Klein got injured with his back, and we needed someone to fill in at right back, and
now he sits on the bench at Palace. Is it Palace?
Yeah,
Palace.
Yeah.
So
Right.
all right, so we've got Areola, Robertson, Van Dijk, Anderson, and Trent.
Could you not
I
be
don't
bothered
know
to
why
write
you're
Alex
laughing.
Alexander?
I feel like that's a pity.
Yeah,
Don't give him that pity.
I'm gonna watch the next Fulham game, and I'm gonna watch him, mate. And if he doesn't impress me,
Oh, mate, he will.
I'm gonna want a recount on all of this.
We'll delete the episode and redo it, and you can
read it for a third
have
time.
Godfrey.
Godfrey's an animal. He'll be at Man City within the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Right,
100%.
where are we going from here then? Are we going holding
midfield
midfielder
three.
or Cam?
I think maybe the best way to do this, what I would say, is have a 6, an 8, and a 10. So you've got, you wouldn't play like that, but then you can pick your holding midfielder, your box to box, and your attacking. So we'll start with a 6.
With a 6, okay. I'm gonna go. Shall I go first here?
Yeah.
So this lad has been an absolute revelation, and he doesn't necessarily play as a number 6. He's just absolutely everywhere. And I'm pretty confident in thinking that this kid would get in any team in the world and play that position and play it really well. And the only reason he doesn't get called up for France is because he's got players like Kante in front of him, and he's also got a second option of Gana Gay in front of him, who also doesn't get a sniff.
Ex-Everton boy.
And that's Decore. I think Decore this season has been. I loved it when we signed him. I never realised how good he would actually be. And if he's not in his own box defending and putting last-ditch tackle in and just being an absolute animal, he's picking up as a last man over without being marked up and then bagging. He did it at Old Trafford the other week. I know that's not that difficult these days, but he just turns up. He pops up with the odd goal. We scored against Fulham at the Cottage.
Yeah, he looked really good against us.
He's just so good, and on his days, absolutely unplayable. It was a toss-up between Decore and Allen, and I can't.
I thought
you'd
go with Allen.
Yeah,
I thought you'd go with Allen. To be fair,
I love Allen, and I rate him highly. And like that midfield pairing, as a number 6 and number 8, I love them. But Allen has been injured for the last month and a bit, so I'm going to go with Decore, and that's my final say.
Someone I'll throw in there, to be fair. And he's probably caught people's eye at the minute, probably more than the rest of the season and last season as well. But Harrison Reed's an absolute monster in our centre mid, like absolutely running it. I mean, I think you'll see as the season goes on now, if we hit a bit of form, like he's going to really come into his own. And he just dominates every single blade of grass in the middle. So I'll put him forward, but I'm not too confident. Yeah, he's very good. I've
seen him.
Underrated.
As a number 6, obviously, I can't look no further than Jordan, Captain Fantastic, Henderson. What a man. What a man. Absolute workhorse. Without him, we have crumbled. Like, without him in the centre of midfield, we do not look like the same team. To think Fergie never signed him because of a running style is bonkers.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I've heard that. But the only thing, boy, what I was saying, we already did centre backs with Van Dijk and Anderson.
I mean, yeah, as a number 6, that they are normally fairly half decent at playing the centre back, aren't they? And if they, he looked lost on there. He looked lost on. Was it Saturday or Sunday against Leicester?
Saturday, weren't it? Saturday afternoon.
I heard somebody on TalkSport ring, a Liverpool fan, and he claimed, and I think I told you the minute I heard it. He claimed that Jordan Henderson was the greatest ever player Liverpool's ever seen. Better than Steven Gerrard. Better than Steven Gerrard.
Had he been drinking? Because that's like...
Was it you, boy?
I love
you like a Sam Eagle.
Don't get me wrong, I love Jordan Henderson, but the best player, I mean, Dalglish.
Adrian Durham was like, are you really going to go ahead of... Yeah, exactly. You're really going to go ahead of these kind of players? And he was like, honestly, and it was obviously because they've won the league with them and he's been captain, like you say, Captain Fantastic, but he just doesn't do enough for me. I don't know. I might be biased with it, and I might hate him.
I rate him. I rate
him, but he just doesn't.
I thought you'd go for Fabinho in the 6 and maybe Henderson in the 8, but if you're putting Henderson there, for me, he does just pip Decore.
No. I've got someone special for the 8.
Well, let's sort the 6 out first. So, I mean, it's tricky because I wouldn't play him there. But for me, Henderson's got to go in this 11. He's the captain.
I mean, I probably wouldn't argue, but on this season's form, is he still getting in? Yeah.
I think so.
I think personally,
Yeah.
he's had a good season. It's not.
Yeah, I think so.
He's one of them that can hold his hands up and say that he gave everything every week.
Tricky as well, changing position when you played at such a level in a certain position. It's a very drastic change as well. Like
he's a bit of a crab, though, ain't it?
Yeah,
sideways. Yeah, 100%. Like you wouldn't want him in the 10.
Whereas Decore, he bursts through players and then he'll lay it off and then make an absolute run. But
I'm not disputing that. For me, if I had to pick between the two, who would I have in my team? Honestly, I would go Henderson. But I'd say that against any of the midfielders. Henderson for me was one that has to go in. So
yeah, we're rolling. We're rolling.
So Henderson in the 6, yeah.
Yeah, I'd pick him in.
For me, he's better in a 6 anyway. I know a lot of people like him in an 8. That's his versatility as well. He can play both, can't he? Very well.
Mm.
There we go.
So let's move on to the 8 then, which is you've just named 2 8s for me, but let's see who else you've got in there.
Go on, boy, you first.
Gini Wijnaldum, underrated player.
Mm.
So good.
You're not making this easy, are you? At all.
It's a problem when we've got a world-class team,
You're naming the only Liverpool players which I don't hate. Like it's really tough.
They're quite annoyingly likable, though, aren't they? That's part of the problem for you, I bet.
It's instilled in me, mate, to hate them, and I will hate them to the day I die. I hate Liverpool. I'm bitter and twisted, and I will, like I say, till the day I die. But these lads you're naming, I can't.
I think, to be honest, if we let him leave on a free transfer, the only reason why he hasn't signed a new deal is they're haggling over money. Just give him what he wants. Just pay him.
He wanted for him.
Yeah. He wanted out last summer, wasn't it?
It wasn't even that he wanted out. He wanted parity with the top players. Like, that is it.
That's strange for me. When players start saying that, though, that's strange for me because why does it matter? Like, that for me says that he's a bit about the money and not about the actual, do you know what I mean?
I mean,
it's not like he's not paid well.
What is he, 30, 31? I don't know how old he is properly. I think he's 30,
he'll
31.
go to Miami and make loads of money at the end of his career. He's not like he's on peanuts, is it?
But he's earned the right to say, well, listen, if they're on that, I want that.
It's not like it's Liverpool of old where players, with all due respect, actually no, not with any respect, when they used to leave Liverpool to go and win trophies, they used to do that, didn't they? Like Suarez did it, and no one. Where you can... And this, exactly.
He was. I mean, I suppose Coutinho was the last one to leave to try and go and win trophies.
Yeah.
And look how well that worked for him. I mean, he won a Champions League last year, so
worked quite well then.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going. So you're putting Wijnaldum in there. I've got to say Andre Frank Zambo-Anguissa. I mean, he's dropped out of the team now. I don't know how he's going to play a big part for the running, but he has had his place taken by Lamina. But for me, he's been just explosive in there. Amazing, dribbling through the middle, explosive, breaks play up. So yeah, I'd chuck him forward for that.
I thought you'd go in for your 6, to be honest.
Yeah, this is a common misconception. Everyone thinks he's a holding midfielder, but he's really not. He's more of an 8. Like he can make a tackle and breaks the foot, but he likes to go. He's got legs on him, and you've seen that against in the Leicester game away. Like he basically created that goal on his own, won the ball, bomb past 3 players, slip Lookman in, 2-0, 1-0. Penalty was 2, but yeah. So yeah, I'll put him forward for that, and I got him on my shirt, so slightly biased.
Frank the Tank. So, all right, well, I mean, I've already named Alan and Decore, and you say, well, both of them are kind of 6s, but Alan, I don't know. I mean, they kind of switch it up when they're both together. It was either Alan or Andre Gomez, and Andre Gomez for me.
Since his ankle, is it?
He's not, mate. Since his leg fell off, he's not been the same player.
It literally fell off.
Since he switched his number on his shirt from 8 to 21, his foot fell off. He's looked scared. He's looked vulnerable, slow on the ball. making really weird decisions. He's come into some form of recent weeks, but he's just been pretty dog, honestly.
You've got to tell the Richarlison story about his football. Like, you can't touch on Andre Gomez footballing off without the part with Richarlison trying to stick it back on.
What do you mean?
I thought you said that after it happened, Richarlison went over and was trying to like.
So yeah, I was at the game and it was vile. Like, it was disgusting. Like, I know a few Evertonians on here have been watching and they were there as well. And it was horrible. I had to leave. I mean, I leave on 88 minutes every game anyway, just because it's what I do. But it happened and it was down for ages. I leave and I wait outside. It's just win, lose, draw in, whatever. I wait outside for my dad. 88 minutes, I get up and leave. Just something
you wait outside for the away fans, don't you? Ready to throw down.
Wait, like Green Street Elite, mate. That's what I do. And yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible scenes and seeing his leg hang off. And I don't know if anyone else seen it when we were there, but Richarlison was one of the players that were around. A load of players were around him. But at some point, Richarlison looked like he was trying to put his leg back on. I don't know if that was factually correct, but what looked like Richarlison was holding his foot and looked like he was trying to perform some Holby City shit and trying to click it back in like it was a fucking Lego set. It wasn't going to happen, and it was weird. So yeah, ever since that injury, as horrible as it was, he's not been the same player. So he won't be my number 8, but I'm going to put Alan in there. Just because he's absolute class.
I'd go with Alan here. I think he's unreal. I thought you were going to put him in the 6. I actually thought they'd be switched. I thought we'd have Henderson in the 8 and Alan in the 6, but I'm more than happy for Alan to go in there, even though Frank is my guy, favourite player.
I could have put Alan and Decore in either one of them as a pairing, but
that was never going to happen.
It was never going to happen.
I got to say Alan for this, boy. What do you think? Can you be overridden here?
I've been overruled, didn't I? Yeah.
I mean, you have, but it's polite for me to ask. So
I think it's absolute criminal, but I'll allow.
Over GG.
Yeah, I overruled on Gigi Wijnaldum.
Very good player.
I rate him.
No,
right, let's move on to the 10. This should get interesting.
Oh God!
So we ain't got a number 10. So
should we just do this between me and you then, Sean?
I mean, I've got. Mine's a bit contentious, to be fair.
It's got to be James, isn't it?
He's not a 10, mate.
I know he doesn't play in the 10, but come on.
He's not a 10, mate.
James would be my 10 for this.
Yeah.
Pick.
He's a right-hand side. He's a right-hand side attacking player.
You'd rather he went up against Salah for the right wing position then?
I mean, Salah's a striker that plays on the right wing.
No.
Am I wrong?
You're making us look like we don't know anything about football.
He's a winger.
Salah plays in a false 9 formation, so technically does play as a striker, if we want to be pedantic. So he's right.
Okay. So number 10.
Well, who were you going to put, if not Hammers? Tom David.
Not Sigurdsson.
So
he was, after all he said about Sigurdsson.
No, I wasn't. Because I seen...
Anthony Gordon.
No, he's out on loan, mate.
A lot of knowledge. Gone the other way now.
It has. I seen this player play in the number 10 role for his previous club a few times, and I loved him in that position then.
Oh, no way.
Here comes the niche pick.
And this is the one that and I seen him, I think it was in the League Cup last year. Was it League Cup? I can't remember when it might have been the Prem against Newcastle. Alex Iwobi, mate, in number 10. He is a different...
You're not having it, no.
He was a different player in that number 10.
He might have been for one game.
Mate,
Josh Maddis just scored 2 goals. You're going to put him in up front? Of course you're not.
So bang average.
However, he's not my pick.
Continues. Like an episode of X Factor.
I'm going for the left-footed. I'm going for the wand of a left-footed James Rodriguez, just because I've supported Everton for over 20 years, and we've got James Rodriguez.
We've established that.
James Rodriguez. I'm just going to say it again. James Rodriguez.
You're going to put someone through for an honourable mention, someone that could do a job there.
I mean, technically, Roberto Firmino is probably a bit of a 10, isn't he? But he's more than a 10 and he's a 9.
He's more of a 9.5, isn't he?
Don't you dare. Yeah. You've already established he does nothing for Liverpool. So, no, we're not going for Firmino.
Boys just sent me a message like, let's team up and get Firmino and you can put Bobby Decker over Reed on the other side.
But no, I'm happy to go with James Rodriguez, to be fair.
Hang about. let's just pump the brakes,
James.
because it wouldn't be fair to talk about the 10 without certain
Do you
Captain
really-
Fantastic Thomas
No,
Kearney.
no, you're not.
You want to
No,
talk
you
about left
Sorry,
foot that
mate.
is a
Sorry.
wand.
No, championship level, awesome
Yeah.
championship player.
How many goals
Premier
he got
League,
this year?
he's had 2 goals in the
How
Premier
many-
League and he's been crap twice.
How many
Yeah,
assists
I
has he got
wouldn't
this
say he's
year?
been crap, but the first time round, everyone was awful. So you can't really, like, people called Ryan Sessegnon crap that season, and everyone looked average. But this season he's had an injury. But I'm not saying he's getting in. For me, it's James. But that being said, I had to mention him. Honourable mention, Tom Kearney, the best number 10 at the club. Even with RLC there, Loftus-Cheek, I think Kearney walked in ahead of him all day. But back to your point.
I was very close to saying Loftus-Cheek as my pick as well, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
that's not a
I'm
bad
putting
shout.
Kearney in there, but yeah, for me it's
Okay.
James.
So that takes us
Lock
to...
it in. Lock James in. Let's go.
Yeah, we're going James.
See, this is where I feel like I'm going to win 2 positions here.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Anything can happen on Playing Away TV. Like and subscribe.
Remember, like and subscribe. Yeah, do it. Do it.
Right, so we're
Also-
going left wing. Oh, sorry, you said.
Mane.
Should we just put him in?
I mean,
That's it. Let me just finish on a one
Okay,
word.
yeah.
Just Mane.
So for the purposes of the video, I would say Ademola Lookman, very good player on loan, very lively for us, makes a lot happen. I mean, he's not Sadio Mane, so. But yeah, Ademola Lookman for me. What about you, Sean?
Richarlison, mate, obviously. I mean,
I thought you said earlier that I'm not picking him for this specific
no,
reason.
but for no. So I mentioned about Robertson before about being an absolute shithouse and him doing stuff which I hate him for, but at the same time I would love him in the team. I feel like Richarlison, if I'm not an Evertonian and I'm playing Everton, I would hate to come up against Richarlison, and I think that's what gets him the love and the endearment from fans, from Everton, from Blues, because of that reason alone. He spends a lot of time on the deck and he pops up with the goals, and he's been out of form and he wants to move away, which is South American. He wants to kind of move to Spain, and I get that. And he's frustrated because he's not playing in the number 9.
Do you think it'll
So
go Barca this summer?
Oh, it'll 100% go Spain, mate. Whether that'll be Barca, I don't know. But he's kind of stopped posting about Everton on his socials. It's all about Brazil. He won't go to Brazil, obviously. He'll probably, if he's going to go anywhere, it'll be Spain. And I think he's frustrated because he thought if he'd have carried on this season like he did last, he would have got the big move, probably for more than what we're asking. And I think he's frustrated more than anything that he's not getting the chances. He's just trying way too hard.
He's going to end up at Villarreal or somewhere. Like, no disrespect to
Potentially.
Villarreal, but like the not the Madrids, the Barcas, the Atleticos.
He could easily. I could see him going somewhere random like Valencia or something. You know,
Or
somewhere.
Valencia,
Yeah, it'd be a
They're
weird
3
one.
points off a relegation zone.
Yeah.
They're in trouble.
Then the Neville's fucked them over, didn't they? And they've not recovered.
I don't think it was Gary Neville's fault, mate. He was there for about 8 minutes.
I mean, once they touch you, you never look back, do you? So I'm going for the token. I'm going to put Richarlison in, but yeah, Mane wins
So-
it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, class. Moving on to right wing then. Boy, you may as well just get this out of the way because
Does someone want to go first? He scored
I'll-
tonight
I'll-
away from home.
I'll jump in and say Bobby Deck would over Reed.
I'm going to go
I'll
with
score
Reed.
this season.
I love Bobby Reed.
Yeah, works hard. Talking about Henderson being versatile, Bobby Deck would over Reed, an absolute machine. The guy plays right wing back, left back, centre mid, cam, striker.
I'm gonna preempt Boyt's call as well because I know that's what he's thinking. He's thinking of a little gap to put him in there. But I reckon Bobby Reed is more important and more influential than Mo Salah is.
I would love it.
Football.
So if we put Bobby Deckwood over Reed in ahead of Salah, it's either going to go one or two ways. Our channel's either going to blow up for all the right reasons or all the wrong reasons. But I'm here for it. And
Genuinely,
If we
if
put
I-
the Cobra Reed in over Salah, this channel's we're going to be on national news. Like, look at these 3 idiots.
It's not a publicity stunt. I genuinely think Bobby Deckwood over Reed should be in there.
I love Bobby Reed. Let's not keep calling Deckwood
That's
over.
what he
It's
wants.
Bobby Reed.
It's to do with it's his mum's name, so he does actually want to be called that. So that's why I've been doing that. It's not like a pretentious thing.
2-0, boys. Salah and Mane.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even been keeping up with the score.
I
Sean didn't care. Okay, so back to this.
Okay, so I'm going to
got-
go with Reed as well. I'm enforcing Reed.
If you had to pick an Everton player there, who
Well, I mean, the player that plays at the right side,
you've
is playing the number 10. But again, I like. In
I'd
fact,
put Iwobi in there.
I was literally going to say put Iwobi up right because he did really well when he come in when James was injured and he was having a rest over Christmas. Miraculous, that, isn't it?
Sean, just know that if you put Bobby De Cova-Reid in here, you ain't getting that striker spot, mate.
Oh, mate,
Let's not make. Listen,
I think
right?
I probably am.
Right.
I think I am.
And Sean, you've got the deciding vote here. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but are you going Salah or Declan Reed?
Because no, and it's not because it's Liverpool and I hate them and I'm bitter and proud, but I'm going to go Bobby Reid just because I rate him. I rate him.
I think the Salah's probably Liverpool stop scoring.
I would love us to sign him, and I would love us to sign him because I think he's got energy.
He's class,
pace.
And he's got cool hair as well.
He's got that new he's just a sick player. He's just a great player. I rate him. However, Mo Salah, I mean, it's Mo Salah, ain't it?
The obvious choice would be Salah. So let's banter it.
You can't take away Salah's record, mate, in the league.
So we're going Salah.
Yeah.
You teased me with it, man.
You've got to. I love Reed, but you've got to go Salah.
We'll put Bobby Declan-Reid on the bench. Come on at half time when Salah's not performing and Mane's gone Mardy because he's not passing.
When Salah's arms fell off again.
Right. Ooh. So the big one, striker.
Come on. No.
Who you got?
Boys, we're not. We'll start off with Fulham. You've got anybody to put in there because Mitrovic ain't scoring. He's about 3 stone overweight now. You said.
I don't put words in my mouth. I'm putting Mitrovic in there.
No, you're not.
I'm looking at as a whole, right? As a whole, I'm putting Mitrovic in there. The guy's a club legend already, in my opinion. Like, he's dragged us out of some holes, man. Yeah, he's having a bad run right now. We don't just turn our back on him. Like, he needs support, man. Like, I'm putting Mitrovic forward for this.
Boy.
I know on this season, not great, but he gets a lot of assists this season, though, which people don't notice.
Obviously, I'd have to go with Firmino, but
the striker that doesn't score goals.
You've already picked him. You've got to go with Migi.
The thing is with Bobby Firmino is only Liverpool fans appreciate him. Other fans on the outside look at him and go, he didn't score at home for 3/4 of a season. How can he get in a team? But his work rate's phenomenal. He's so clever. The pockets are
I do understand that.
I love Firmino, and I do like him. I like all the Liverpool players you've mentioned. I rate them and I like them as players. And I also like Mitrovic. I rate him as an old school number 9, strong, powerful, and he's there, isn't it? He's always there. This season, he's obviously not on it. I don't know why. You'd probably know more than me.
Strange. I don't think there's a reason. He's just not been happening for him.
But I can't believe I've got to say this. How can you both look past DCL?
I'm not looking past him. For me, DCL gets in for me.
I rate DCL. He's come on leaps and bounds. At first, I thought he was toss, but this season...
most Evertonians...
Oh, that's going viral.
Most Evertonians
I thought he was toss.
He did.
But no, forward to when he wins the Euros because Harry Kane's ankle falls off and just play boy saying that over and over again.
But no, this season, like, he's so good in the air. That lad wins headers that he's got no right of winning. His leap's phenomenal. It's ridiculous.
He hangs, mate. He hangs like Ronaldo. He does that thing where it's like, I don't know how
don't
they do it.
To Ronaldo.
No, you know the Ronaldo hang where he'll
I know what you mean.
Like it's zero gravity. He does that. I don't know how he does it. It must be a technique they train. I don't know, but he does that, mate. And he's been out not just dominant in the air. He misses chances. To be fair, he's on like 18 or 19 for the season for club or country. It might even be 20 for club and country. But he could easily be on 26 for the season.
Yeah,
he misses chances for days, and he still bags.
Because the thing you got to remember here is like obviously I don't watch Everton 90 minutes every week, but from what obviously I've seen because we only played on Sunday, you missed him so much from what I could see. Like he seems like we're talking about putting players like Anderson in, and you're on about maybe Bobby Reid going in because he's so important to the team. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's your main man, like arguably 100%. More than James Rodriguez. Like
100%. He's just there. He's just John. He's just there.
He's a focal point, isn't he?
He's the old school target man. But
when you're in a bit of trouble and you can't keep the ball's going to stick to him for starters, and that's before any of the goals that he scores.
Match of the day show him all the time, and his work rate is. They highlight him a lot, and his work rate is.
He
insane.
makes good runs as well. It's not that he's just a big man. He's clever with his runs. He's
makes quite quick as well, isn't he?
Behind.
He's athletic. He's not just he's not Mitrovic style big man. He's definitely like a modern centre forward.
He's come on
from an England point of view. It's great to have two very, very good number 9s in the team.
Yeah. We'll touch on that on a future episode. Obviously, one of the episodes we'll do is like our 25-man England squad. And for me, like, it's a shame Vardy's retired, because if you take Vardy, Calvert-Lewin, and Kane, like, that's options.
Probably got the best 3 strikers in Europe there, to be honest.
We can touch on that on a later video.
It annoys me because a lot of people do say as well that Calvert-Lewin's improvements have been since Carlo took over.
I think it's Duncan.
It was Duncan Ferguson, which gave him put his arm around him and put him in. And that's when he started scoring and bagging them, because he went through a little blip where he didn't score in it. And then I think he got a goal against, was it? In the restart, he didn't score at all last season, I think, till the end of the season. But yeah, you don't get the credit where it's due. DCL's got to be in there for me as number 1. Number 9,
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
DCL's number 1.
DCL,
little fanboy over here. So we've got. Let's make sure there's no typos. I ain't got my glasses. Right. So the starting 11, Sean, do you want to rattle through?
Yeah. So what did we win? Areola. I'm going to wait for it to tick round again. It's over
an
hour ago.
That round.
So what was it? Areola in goal, which was a walk-in really for me. Right back, we went with Robertson.
Yeah, you've screwed yourself over here. You've gone the wrong way.
I mean,
there you go. Quick.
Robertson, Van Dijk, Anderson, and Trent. I mean, that's very Liverpool. It's very Liverpool orientated, but we'll go with it. Henderson's captain, Alan, Rodriguez, Mane, Salah, Calvert-Lewin, and I don't think many people would argue that team.
No,
but if you
maybe
do,
Carlo Ancelotti in charge as well.
If you do disagree with that, comment below right now.
Give us yours.
Yeah, just do it.
I will be in that comment section arguing. If anyone takes Anderson out,
he's going to do it.
I will reply to every single person and tell them why.
If anyone has got a problem with Anderson, let us know, and then we'll get you in on a versus, and you and Scott can just have it out on an episode, and that's cool.
The only problem I have with Anderson in there is you just gave Henderson the armband. For me, Anderson should probably captain that side as well.
Whoa!
No, mate, you've had your go, but even having him in the team.
Run before you can walk, mate.
I mean, come on.
I'll get Joachim Anderson on. I'll message him and say, listen, come in. It's asking who you are.
And he'll 100% get involved as well. He's not doing anything else.
If anything, we can improve his followers by about 7. So you know.
So
that was fun anyway.
That draws the kind of the first episode, boys and girls, to a kind of an end. Like I say, we'll be doing these weekly, maybe more, whatever you want us to do. Like I say, drop us a follow on Insta at Playing Away TV. You'll find us on there. You see the little yellow logo there. Drop us a follow. Like and subscribe on this as well. Don't forget to share us if you want to. If you even liked it, and if you didn't like it, give us a thumbs down.
Yeah.
I don't really care. Do you care?
No.
I care. I'll cry myself to sleep if it gets.
He'll cry himself to sleep. But
it'll be all right.
Just let us know if you enjoyed the show, boys and girls. And for now, anything else you boys want to get across?
No,
that's it.
I think we'll probably get to do roughly once a week. So we've got a few subjects lined up for future, like we just touched on there. The next one's going to be
any suggestions of subjects that you'd like. Let us know.
Yeah, exactly.
Any kind of any watch-alongs or any kind of reactions or anything like that. I know a lot of channels do that already, but just let us know.
Shame we couldn't do that for Fulham Everton, isn't it, Sean? That would have been a good one to watch.
Well, I said this, didn't we? But I knew what was going to happen. I preempted it. So
I'd have been in there with a referee shirt.
You wouldn't, mate, because they didn't turn up. That's the last time.
I've only just started feeling normal about that result.
That's why we had to wait until now to do this, because Sean's been sulking.
But yeah,
But,
anyway, guys,
yeah.
thanks for the tuning.
Yeah.
If you've lasted this long, you've lasted 1 hour and 4 minutes. That's absolutely mad from you. We appreciate it. Like I say, give us a like, subscribe, leave us a comment, whatever you got to do, and follow us on the socials. They're all running along the bottom there as well.
Yeah.
I feel like
And
this
we'll
is
see
where
you
we need a
soon.
catchphrase.
Say again?
We need a catchphrase now.
We do need a catchphrase.
Yeah. Maybe we can
Just
get
before we
people to
go-
suggest that as well.
Just before we go, boy, on behind you, you've got your Dortmund shirt up. Is that picture of the cat still there?
It is.
Show everyone the cat. And on that
Iconic.
note, goodbye.
Try.
Stay classy.